Dude, Davey. And actually, first proper guest on the SCRUFF BAGS Podcast. We did one up at Leon's, didn't we?
Yeah.
But it was him and his old boy, and it was quite relaxed. But now we're at home. We're in the lounge, dude. How are you?
First guest in the lounge.
I'm good. It feels good to be here. It's an absolute spot for sure.
It's sick, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm stoked to be the first real guest.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. Fucking Leon. Ron was the real guest of the show.
Ron was the real guest.
Ron was the guy.
Absolutely.
We'll put a screenshot of the visual we did before we built this, because genuinely we're well happy it's come out exactly as we planned. So it's not easy to do that.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into this. Yeah.
Yeah, Thursday at Alton, we sat in the motorhome. Well, he rang me Thursday morning and went, mate, buddy, check. Have you strung yourself? I'm like, nah, lad, I'm still here, but this is fucking brutal. And then in the motorhome Thursday, we were literally like sat in silence in the motorhome, said nothing to each other. We're like, what the fuck are we doing?
We're done.
It was
checking out.
It was hideous, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was bad.
This wasn't finished until the Saturday of Alton. The company was still fitting it out, and we couldn't trade properly on the first day, and electrics weren't even hooked to anything. Electrician came to do the pat test, and the electrical certificate, he went, yeah, it's mint in here, lads. What am I testing? And we're like, the electrics. And he's like, not connected to anything. And we're like, oh, fucking hell. This is it. Close the doors. Fuck this. We're not doing this anymore. Yeah. Anyway, it's not about us, lad. It's about
It's got to be worth it, though.
Yeah.
Long-term goal, hopefully, yeah.
This is cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool spot.
Well,
It's
as you know,
warm.
I like it.
It's not drafty.
yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
As you know, like we did some stuff some years ago, and I've always wanted to come to site, but never wanted to do it until it was right, or we could do it in a way that fitted and suited the brand. And in all honesty, I didn't think we'd go fucking this epic with it. But I'm glad we waited. Shit, we ain't got you anymore.
Yeah.
But I am glad we've waited, because the amount of people who walk in, and equally we did the rider signings today, and you know, you got people like Danny Kent's fucking Moto3 world champion.
Yeah.
And he walked in and he's like, boys, this is so good. And it's quite humbling, because it's what you want, isn't it? If your riders are impressed, and it just feels good.
Yeah, it's no like disrespect to anyone, but like everybody's doing the pop-up gazebo and hanging stuff out and whatever. It's just like, it's a different level, this.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's done this. That's why it's cool. And like, there's always something new. I remember what it reminds me of, I think it's a similar unit, but there was I think they still do it, MXGP team. There's I think it's Husky or KTM, not KTM. I'm sure it's Husky. One of the Husky teams have like a rig like this as their like awning, as their like
where they prep all the bikes
pit box. Yeah.
Yeah.
So instead of having like the awning on the side of the Arctic truck, they've got one of these, and they like wheel the bikes up a ramp into there, and it's
so
just
cool.
like
I've
glass,
seen that. Yeah, it's
glass all the way
fronts on
around.
it, yeah.
I'm like,
That's
is
cool.
sick. And then a couple of other teams did it as well, and like followed suit, because they're like, everybody's looking, going, that shit's cool. Like, why are we not doing that? Why are we just working under a awning?
Yeah.
And I think this is the same kind of thing. I think after a bit of time next year, I think we're going to see a couple more people looking at this and being like, we need to do that there. But like, you'll always be the OG. So
Yeah.
when you know that and you're like,
We started that shit.
Yeah.
It's just, the brand needs to be represented. We want a premium brand, don't we?
Yeah.
So it needs to be a premium setup.
yeah.
It come hand in hand.
I think pricing
So
at
it had
BSB is difficult, because we're not premium priced. We're the same, if not cheaper, than some brands. But it's setting the expectation. If they walk in expecting a hoodie to be 100 quid and it's 70 quid, well, actually, like, they're already an advocate, because you've beaten the expectation, which again is quite a nice thing that we try to achieve. Don't get me wrong, we're not going to make any money this year, but we know that.
Far from it.
But yeah, we're trying to go somewhere with it, and we're trying to create more of a community off it, which is. That's where we're going with it. So fingers crossed, mate.
Could lead to anything.
Even though you're sat there looking $1 million as always, been in a
I
fucking
don't know.
pickle in you.
Not sure about that.
I know a little bit about what's going on, but it's quite nice, because obviously P-Dog has no clue, and there's a few people watching, they don't know. So let's cut the shit. Tell us how bad you are.
Go into the juicy stuff.
Yeah.
Well, for anybody who doesn't know, basically, went to Daytona to race a Daytona 200. It's been on my bucket list for a lot of years. It's just one of them races for me that like Isle of Man TT is like one of them. Like racing Suzuka was one of them, and I actually got that ticked off the bucket list last year.
We'll put that photo on the screen for everyone.
Put that photo on, because
sick.
It's like my favourite photo ever. Racing that was one of them, and Daytona 200 was one of them for me. Racing Daytona, like, it goes back so many years, so many cool people, like really amazing people have won it in the past, and it's just like I've always wanted to do it for a lot of years now, and finally got it worked out. Been trying for the last few years, and finally got it worked out this year to go, and it didn't go so well. I got the first session under my belt, which was a bit of a nightmare. I was just actually explaining to some people that for some weird reason, it's a one make tyre. It never used to be. It used to be open tyre at Daytona, but now they've made it part of the Moto America series.
So what is a tyre? 'Cause I don't know.
Dunlop only. But the Dunlops in America are not the same as Dunlops in Europe, and not the same as Dunlops in Japan. Like,
because anyone who, as a TT rider, you're thinking Dunlop. I know that tyre.
Yeah, I raced on them a few years back, but I've raced on them, and I know Dunlops, and yeah, that'll be sweet. And then speak to Pete, and they're like, no, Dunlops out there are completely different. They're like, yes, it's the same brand, the same name on the side, but they're made in a completely different way, different compound, different everything. There's no relation from one to the other. It's just you may as well be on a completely different brand. So get out there, and they're like, it's all right. We got a tyre test beforehand. We go to Roblin Road, a track not far. Well, I say not far from.
America.
Not far for America. And they were like, it's not far. It's like a bit of a drive, and we'll go up there and then come back. It was like 6 hours or something. It's a little drive. Anyway, drive up to Roblin Road. Dunlop are there with all the tyres and everything. Most of the other teams are all there as well, because Pete's like, every year, all the teams go to this test because you can't run the special Daytona tyres anywhere else. And they only bring them for Daytona, but they bring them to Roblin Road beforehand, so everybody can like set the bike up and or at least get a feel for them. So we'll go there, get a feel for them beforehand, get to Roblin Road, pick the tyres up. I think one of the boys, one of the mechanics for the team, was like, "That doesn't look like a Daytona tyre. I don't know how it doesn't look, but I know it has like it's like a TT tyre, has a hard centre. The Daytona tyre has like a hard left-hand side and a soft right-hand side. So like for the basically for the banking, and when you're like so flat out and the compression that you deal with through the banking, that's why like people in the past have had tyres delaminated. Like a lot of famous riders in the past have had big accidents there. It's because of that. So now they have this tyre that's like that. And anyway, get to Roblin Road. They said it doesn't look like this tyre. Sure enough, go back and ask them, doesn't look like a Daytona tyre. Oh, it's not. We're like, oh, well, we want the Daytona tyre. That's what we're here to test. They're like, yeah, we don't have them. We're like,
God.
What do you mean? We always come here and test the Daytona tyre. Yeah, we did in the past, but now we just have the normal standard like Dunlop track day tyre. We're like, well, that's useless then. So we're here literally for nothing to test a tyre that we're not going to race on. So
that was the start of it.
That was a good start to it, but like, you know what? I've not really rode the Triumph, so I'm going to at least get a few laps on the Triumph to get used to it, even though it's on a track that's completely irrelevant. It's very different to the surface and the layout of Daytona, and the tyres that are completely different. At least I'll get to ride the bike. So I did some laps there. Ended up then driving back down to Daytona. We're still actually quite last minute getting the bikes ready for Daytona, unfortunately. The boys managed to get my bike ready at like the last sort of minute because we almost weren't there. Managed to get out for first practice, but I was in and out. I had like the bike was way out from where I needed it to be because I haven't really rode it properly. I haven't done any proper testing on it, so like I had no idea. We had actually no idea even what tire pressures to run in these Dunlop Daytona tires. So we'd like in and out. I barely did any laps in FP1. We're like, it is what it is. I got the bike into a better place. Like, feel better at the end of the session. We're going to be good, but problem is next session is qualifying. You get one practice and then straight into qualifying. Not a load of time. No. And go into qualifying, and this is like the start of the end, but go into qualifying, did my outlap. And basically the biggest thing for me, even though I was still like learning, to get a slipstream around there is like a slipstream around the Northwest. Like, you aren't doing a good lap. That is wild. It's like a pterodactyl on the roof.
Come in, lad. Spare seat, yeah.
can't remember what I was saying now.
Draft on the Daytona is like Northwest 200 draft.
Yeah, you need the draft. So basically, like, it's worth some guys like 2 seconds a lap to get a draft around the banking, because you basically do the whole oval. You cut in at turn 1, but then you come back out right basically where you went in. So then you do the rest of the oval. So you like flat out a lot around, all the ovals flat out. So if you get a draft, it's massive. So you need to get a draft. So, right, everybody, I got drilled into me, like, basically everybody, all the top guys will go out the front. You need to be out the front, like, to get a draft with the good guys, otherwise you get mired with the slower guys. Get out the front. I'm basically looking for someone around. Like, I wasn't around many good riders, but I had a few behind me. I had Pete behind me and a couple other like faster guys behind me.
Like what you did there. I was like, saved yourself.
and like a couple of the faster guys. So I'm like trying to like slow up a little bit, hoping that like basically like I wanted Pete to come by, and at least I know he isn't going to mind me following him. Yeah. So anyway, like slow up a little bit. Run a little bit deep into turn 1, as in like somebody come up the inside and give me a bit of a tow. Run a little bit deep. Somebody comes up the inside, tucks the front, wipes me out. I'm like, dude, hadn't even done one full lap. We literally done an out lap and basically started the first flying lap, and I got to turn 1 and got cleaned out. Both go down. I'm like, great stuff. Pick the bike up. You're allowed to remount there. Unlike BSB, you're allowed to jump back on. Jump back on the thing, it's bent, the handlebars are all over, the levers are gone, like the footrest is gone. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like limp it back round, like with the handlebars,
Grab it down the road.
back to pit lane. I'm like, they probably ain't gonna be able to fix it, but we try our best, get it back into pit lane. Boys are all like flat out trying to get it fixed and do everything they can, basically whack the duct tape out. They're trying to duct tape the seat unit all back on, because it just ripped all the bolts out the seat unit. Duct tape that back on, like a few of the bits, to be honest, like you wouldn't normally do. We were in a rush. I hadn't done many laps of Daytona, and the handlebar was bent, and you should probably change it if the handlebar's bent. And we're like, we'll just move it around and it'll be all right. And I'm like, it's not ideal, but I could do the lap. So did that, and get me back out there with probably only like 3 or 4 laps left of the session to go. Get out there, bike feels pretty beat up when I'm riding it around. Done a few laps, and not bad as well, but I'm like quite fired up at this point anyway. And sure enough, like three laps in or something, come out of turn 2 and the bike just keeps turning left. And I'm like, move my body to like stand it up and turn right, and usually it's easy to change direction on a bike, and I move and the bike still turns left. And then basically before I know it, well, at that point, I'm like, okay, it's going left. And I look left, and there's a wall like 10 meters away, like a steel Lamco barrier.
How fast was you going?
So 4th gear wide open, about 130 mile an hour or something on a super sport bike. So like the wall's coming up fast, so I'm just like, get off it, try to jump off it. But I'm like 10 meters away at 140 mile an hour. I'm hitting the barrier no matter what. Yeah. Went into the barrier. Whatever happened, and then I sort of like laid there on the ground with my
Have
legs.
you seen footage of the crash?
Yeah, I've got a little bit of a video.
How did you go in? Feet first?
You can't really see
okay.
like super well from the like other side of the barrier almost, but you see it turn left and you see me start to jump off it, but probably head first more than anything, which I'm like honestly like not doing a plug, but like KYT helmet, like damn.
Dude, plug that shit away, because
like
after, you need to with lids.
After a crash like that, and especially after watching it back, because sometimes you remember it and think, maybe it seems worse in my mind than it actually was. And I watched the video back and I'm like,
it was so much worse.
Going in the head first, 140 mile an hour into a steel barrier, like, how am I still here? Yeah. I didn't even get knocked out. I like broke my nose, but like it didn't knock me out, no concussion.
There's nothing in there.
I
That's
probably
why.
could have done with being knocked out. It'd have been a lot nicer. I wish I was knocked out, but it didn't like knock me out. I was fully like aware and conscious, which wasn't a pleasant moment.
No.
And And to be honest as well, like my torso in general, so like obviously airbag suit, Alpine Star suit, and that was like mega, but everything outside of the airbag wasn't so good.
No.
But like, as I say, like from a crash like that, you should be a little bit more, like I was upset about the injuries I had. But after watching it back, you're like, that definitely could have been so much worse.
Yeah.
Like crash like that. I'm glad I'm still here. With the injuries that I've got, ended up snapping my femur, which wasn't as simple as snapping a hip femur even, because that's not simple, that's always bad. But I have a good mate of mine, Brad Ward, and this is a horrible story, but like actually wild. He did both his femurs exactly to the day 1 year apart. Broke one. 1 year later, same track.
Oh my God.
Did the other one. And he rang me up anyway in the hospital and was like, yeah, I did one and had a simple break and clean break and it stayed together. And he was like, that wasn't so bad. And he was like, the other one, like splintered and there was a few broken off bits and it went out of line and damaged the soft tissue. It was like, that was what I really struggled with. I was in a bad place. Took me a long time. And he was like, what's yours look like? And I'm like,
jigsaw puzzle.
I'm like, and just I think I was on. He was on FaceTime to me, and I'm like, and then he was like, I think he looked in my face and knew, and he was like, anyway, forget about that. I'm like, just
what are you watching?
Doesn't matter anyway. What's been going on? Like, just could see that it was the bad one, and he was like, all right, probably shouldn't have mentioned that. Just skim over it. But yeah, broke really bad. It's in like 2 breaks, but it's sort of like blown out the back and snapped a few like other fragments off, which is not great. Obviously well out of place. They've ended up putting a rod in that through the middle. It's still not quite in place because it's so broken, but it's more or less there. I can walk on it.
So for us mere mortals, myself, if that happened to me, what would be like, do you think your normal recovery time for that? Is it like months, years? What is
proper? They told me like full healing.
Yeah.
12 months.
And was it 9 weeks?
9 weeks.
That's amazing.
And I was riding a couple of weeks.
But we're forgetting a few things. That's one injury. He hasn't explained everything else yet.
Yeah, so that was obviously the worst. And the funny story is, like, I don't want to talk shit for too long, but the funny story is, and it's not funny because it's funny now. It's funny now. It wasn't funny at the time. So I like go in there and I'm like, my ankle's really bad, my foot's really bad, my shoulder's really bad. And they're like, yeah, you had a massive crash. You're gonna be sore. And I'm like, yeah, I know I broke a lot of bones. Like, I'm pretty sure my ankle's broke, my foot's broken, my shoulder's not right. And they're like, nah, you've just had a big crash. Don't worry about it. We're doing the surgery on your femur. We'll sort that out. Anyway, did my surgery. They come the next day and they like test it straight away because you can weight bear straight away with the rod in the femur.
That's gnarly.
So like the day after, it probably took me 20 minutes to like move from my bed, but then they'll like stand up and you're like, all right. It's not that wild because I'm in the same situation 9 weeks on. I'm only walking on the rod. Apparently I'm not walking on the bone at all because that's not healed, but it's getting there. Anyway, stand up. And I'm like, yeah, it's actually all right. Doesn't feel too bad. I'm like, the right one I can't stand on. And they're like, yeah, it's going to be sore. Like, you've had I'm like, at this point, I'm getting angry because I'm like, I've told you. I'm like, I'm telling you, my ankle's broke and my foot's broke. I'm sure of it. It's not right. And I can't, like, lift my arm above, like, this. Like, there's something wrong. Like, I know when I broke something, can you please just get me in for an X-ray on that? Because it's not right. And it's more pain than that one to stand on. And I'm like, all right, stop complaining. We'll get you an X-ray. Send someone up later that afternoon. The one was like, X-ray. Right, we'll X-ray your ankle first. Sit like this. Then straight away. I'm not meant to tell you this because it's meant to go really to the orthopedic for him to assess and tell you what's going on with it. but I can tell you it's definitely broken. I'm like, yeah, I know.
You're not telling me anything I don't already know.
Awesome. Same with my foot, x-rayed my foot. Yeah, that one's broken as well. I'm like, whoa, what a surprise. Like, I've been saying that. The shoulder, and the face was actually the worst for the shoulder. She was like, oh my God. And I'm like, I just want to tell you beforehand, like, my collarbone was a mess anyway. Like, it's like that. And she was like, oh, right, that's all right. Because my collarbone's like been a mess from a few years ago. And she was like, was it always that far apart, like separated? And I'm like, separated? It was never separated. She was like, yeah, it's quite far separated. I'm like, yeah, okay, awesome. So that's another one. And then to go with it, they actually did know already. My nose was broke with all the blood that was from that. I broke my nose, which is now a bit bent. It was already big, and now it's big and bent. Awesome. Broke my septum as well, but fortunately that didn't like move too much. So usually that causes like breathing difficulties and stuff. But they said if you don't have breathing difficulties, we're not going to do surgery on it. So I didn't. I'm fine. So anyway, that was about the top and bottom of it. The tibia that then was broke. That it broke basically my ankle like bone there off my tibia. And they were like, oh, we're just going to leave it, though. When the orthopedic come up, we'll just leave it and it'll heal by itself. I'm like, I want to race soon. And they're like, you're not racing soon. I'm like, yeah, but I'm going to race soon. Like, so is it better you do surgery, like screw it back together? And he's like, yeah, we do that sometimes, but like, you don't need to. You just leave it. I'm like, yeah, but I want to get back as soon as possible. So if I can get back as soon as possible, is it better to screw it? Well, yeah, technically it is. I want you to screw it then. Can you just...
Did they know at this stage... like not who you were, but the level of what you were doing? Did you have to say to them, "This is what I do," and this is the level?
I don't think so. I think a lot of them, because it's Daytona Bike Week,
right, sure.
They have most of the injuries that they have in the hospital. The hospital's full all that week. It's pretty much because there's no law whatsoever in Florida for wearing any sort of gear while you're riding a motorcycle on the street. You could ride down the street in your pants with nothing else on, except sunglasses. You have to wear eye protection. You have to wear sunglasses while you're riding. No helmet, no boots, no gloves. You have to wear sunglasses.
So you get a fly in your eye. Basically.
I have no idea why that is a law, but it genuinely is. So obviously most of the injuries are from people crashing on the street and after a few beers. Because they have the bike
festival that week, don't they?
The bike week is mental. It's carnage. There's thousands of bikes everywhere.
Yeah.
Plenty of parties everywhere. So I'm sure there's plenty of drink driving and drink riding. So anyway, it's full of all these Harley riders that have crashed.
Naked.
Pissed up. So I don't think they knew. And I actually got like brought in under I was in that bad of a way when they brought me in. They took me into the hospital under a John Doe name. Abby was my girlfriend. Abby was in the ambulance with them, so she gave them all my details and everything. But when you're in a really bad way, in case you've got like family or something, in case you like die or something while you're in there, so people can't find out, because you can just search like who's in Halifax Daytona Hospital. And like it tells you who's in there, so like to
it's
stop
like a public domain type thing.
Yeah,
like
so to stop people like finding out like, oh, Davey Todd died there, they put you in as like a fake name. So I was John Turquoise Doe was my name
cool.
for the full time.
Very fruity. I like that.
For the full time there, which was weird in itself. So
I think we have to title this pod that name.
John Turquoise Doe. So it was weird. That went on forever, and I corrected them so many times. Like, can we just change it back to my real name? Because they keep coming in and going, "How you doing today, John?" I'm like, my name's not John. Like, we've been through that. Oh, it says here on your document, I must be in the wrong room. I'm like, no, that is my name on the thing. That's not my real name. And you just go through it every day. And we got there in the end, and then I got sent my invoice, which was scary in itself, from John Turquoise Doe.
Oh, it's not your bill, don't worry.
So, fortunately, insurance covered it, but like a nice, tasty 175 grand bill at the end of my 12 days in hospital. 2 surgeries, ambulance ride. For anybody going on holiday to America, make sure you have insurance, no matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you get like ran over in the street or something, like you'd be broke. So, yeah, that's yeah. I don't think they understood anyway. They did the thing, did the surgery on that leg, so then that was better. Left the foot and basically said, "Oh, we can't. We don't want to do too much with your shoulder. We just leave that. When you leave hospital, you sort that yourself." I was like, all right.
Works for me.
So we pretty much went from there, was in hospital in a pretty rough condition for 12 days. And then as soon as I got out, I was like, when can I fly home? And it had to be 2 weeks from the surgery to fly home. And I was like, I'm not going to fly home. BMW and some other people had already been on the phone, the guys from Monster and everything. And so grateful to all those guys, like BMW
Amazing.
and Monster especially, like, had my back the entire time, and they're like, whatever you need, like, we got you, and that was so nice in that time. It's what you need. And anyway, BMW were like, there's this awesome facility called Formula Medicine in Italy. If you want to get back as soon as possible, or even like if you don't, like the best place for you to recover is there. So if you're thinking about anywhere, please like look into there. I'll give you the number, like speak to the guy, Ricardo, have a chat with him and go from there. So I called him up and said, I've done this, an injury. And he's like, wow, yeah, really bad. And I'm like, I want to race in 9 weeks. And he's like, what? I'm like,
race what?
I want
Remote control cars.
I want to race the Northwest. Well, it was 8 weeks. I want to race the Northwest 200 in 8 weeks. And he's like, I'll have to get back to you. Anyway, like went off the phone, rang me back, and he was like, spoke to some people. I can't promise anything. We'll just do absolutely whatever we can to help you, and whatever happens, happens. Like, we'll try our best. So, went, right, okay, I'm not going home. Go straight to Italy. Flew to Pisa. Had to get the really embarrassing scissor lift like thing out the airplane and everything, because I'm on like a wheelchair, can't walk. Wheeled me into this facility in Italy where I was actually like, I'd actually gone there then on my own. Abby had flew back to Andorra because we'd had, just to top it off, had some more drama. My van had got towed in Andorra because it'd just been like left in the same space for a month, 2 months or something. So they towed that away. And I think it had Pete's bike in it as well. Like Pete's practice bike. Pete's practice bike, maybe my BM in it. Got towed away, and she went back to sort that, and I went to Italy on my own in this like horrendous state that was like still on loads of painkillers, and went straight to this facility, and basically within a couple of days I was like walking on crutches. Within the first day I was walking on crutches, then and then walking probably a week or two after that, like on my own 2 feet without crutches, not in a good state, which I'm still not in a fantastic state, but yeah, just
What sort of treatments is it, like hyperbaric chamber stuff? And
hyperbaric was about the only thing that they didn't do. So everybody's like straight in the hyperbaric then, and I actually said to the guys there, I'm like, hyperbaric, and they're like, no, it's not proven. Like, there's no evidence behind it. And everybody does it. It's like a biker thing, straight to the hyperbaric. And these guys anyway said, and I've heard this a couple of years ago, I think it was my trainer, maybe Sam, had been like, it's, there's no actual like medical backing to hyperbaric chamber. Like, it's a bit of a, does it work? It maybe does, maybe doesn't. Yeah. Like, there's not actually solid evidence. Like, we've done a test, this works, it helps you. So didn't do that, but everything else. Yeah. So basically went to this place then from 9 a.m. till 7 p.m. every single day for the last 6 weeks, seven weeks. I've been in that place doing everything like gym work, every kind of like physio, massage, cryotherapy, magnetotherapy is this like reversing magnetic pulse that you'd like put on your legs that stimulates the blood flow or something. Them electrode things that like electric shock you that stimulate the muscles to get them working again. Everything, all day, every day was like non-stop to get back. And I failed actually. I didn't get back. So
did BMW help with all that treatment?
They helped me out, yeah. They both, BMW helped me out, Monster helped me out. Like there was a lot of people that were great and had my back in that time. None more, I have to say, than my girlfriend Abby, because she was
good old Abs.
She
should have come.
She was by my side the entire time. You know, the 12 nights in hospital, she slept in a chair beside me. It was a lazy boy, and it like sort of laid down.
It's America, isn't it?
But she slept. Single bed. She slept in a chair for 12 nights. Like, didn't leave my side. Well, she left to get food because hospital food is obviously fantastic. So she was going out, like, getting me food. I wasn't really eating anyway, but just getting, like, little bits and drinks and generally looking after me. And then after my first week in Italy, she flew out because I was, like, after the first week, I was almost done. Like, mentally, I was in a bad way. Like, my head had gone. I was in so much pain. I was doing so much work, and I don't know, I just didn't see a light at the end of the tunnel. And basically, sort of at the end of the week, I was in there all day with a lot of people that they're speaking, like, I'm not being unfair.
You just about speak English.
Like, they speak a bit of English, but, like, a lot didn't. And I don't speak Italian. So then, like, you're not having a great amount of conversation, then going home every night and basically just laying with this magnetotherapy and other things. Just in this bed in a random place and thinking, like, what is this? Like, this sucks. Like, this really sucks. And the place is awesome and the people are awesome, but, like, the pain was, like, hard to deal with. And the guys in the facility are basically like, you can take painkillers, but remember that every time you take painkillers, it makes the healing slower. So I'm like, all right, no painkillers then. And I still had to, like, take some. But the nights were worst. I couldn't sleep at night. I was just, like, rolling around in pain all night. I could take my mind off it in the day, but then when I was as soon as I was laid in bed, you got nothing to take your mind off it. You're not doing anything. You just laid there and thinking, my leg really hurts. Like, I want to chop it off. And after a week of not much sleep and everything, I was, like, pretty, like, done. I was like, I can't take this anymore. I'm like, in general, in life, like, there isn't a way out, because you can't just go, oh, I'm done with this facility. That doesn't make the pain stop.
No.
So I'm like, don't know what to do. Fortunately, Abby, like, came out after this first week, and that helped me, like, so much. She kept my spirits up when I'd get home and stuff like that. And at lunchtime, I'd see her. And
did she know how dark you were before she came over? Had you told her?
Yeah, like, I'm not one to, like, as most guys don't. Like, guys don't really talk about the feelings to them, but, like, I've never, like, really, when I'm in a hard place, I sort it out myself. Like, I'll find it within myself. I'll get better and figure it out. But I think she come and she was like, I knew, like, how bad things were, because you actually said, like, I'm not doing good or something. It wasn't even something that bad, but to me, when I, like, wrote it, I was, like, at my limit. Like, I was at that point, and I just wrote something like, oh, I'm not feeling good or something. But yeah,
you're genuinely, like, a positive person, like, day to day.
Yeah, 100%, all the time. Yeah. I just have, like, for years, most of my life I have, but, like, especially in the last 10 years, I just have that mindset of, like, it got to be positive, otherwise it don't fix itself, does it?
That's right.
You just sort it out with positivity, and with, like, mindset has always been, like, my strongest thing of, like, I just believe I can do anything and I can do it. And that was the mindset behind the recovery as well, of, like, if I tell myself I can be back for TT, I'm going to be back for the TT. I don't care that they say it takes 12 months. I'll do it in 9 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine.
Prove you wrong.
The next
Which
part,
doesn't always work medically, but...
you said that you failed with what you achieved, but this actually, we haven't spoke since we saw each other at Donny. But this is the test at Donny. No, sorry, Alton. But this is a bit shit because I spoke to you and I could see how revved up you were and how, like, you were convinced you were going to pass the fitness. I could tell. And, like, we went through everything and I was fucking amazed by the 9-week recovery. And obviously I hear on the news with the rest of the lickers at the same time as everyone else that you'd failed or they just weren't going to do it and they'd declared you was unfit. But my question is more so the TT. Because you've not been over there. What happened? What were the comms? How was that determined? What happened with the TT?
Yeah, so, like, it was obviously very different to Northwest. I just turned up. They said...
Remember me?
Turned up. They said, no, you're not riding. And that was it. I said, no test, no nothing. Do you want to look at the x-rays? No, you're just not riding. You can't recover from a femur break in that amount of time.
So before we get to the TT, now that the Northwest is gone, do you think that was the right decision? Honestly now, looking at it from...
I could have raced in Northwest.
Could you have won?
Maybe.
Okay. I like that.
Maybe.
Positive mindset.
Yeah, I like that.
It's not just... I like... So I rode Valencia the week before. Because
We spoke about this.
Like it wasn't perfect.
Okay, well.
It wasn't perfect.
Wasn't perfect, but like...
There was no lap records at Harm that day.
Yeah, I was like... it was not bad.
No.
So I like rode and was like... ended the day just less than 2 seconds off what I did in January. So before I got injured.
It's not what he told me. He said he rode and he's like, this is good. I feel good.
Yeah.
How the fuck can you feel good after all that?
Yeah, so I did. I genuinely was like, I'm all right. Like, I was surprised because at this point I'm struggling to walk. Like, my mechanic or one of the boys, Harry, flew out to give me a hand because we're talking about the mental mindset earlier on, where we be off camera, and has it affected me, and it's knocked my confidence, and I was like, I don't even want to ride my own bike. Like, I don't trust my own mechanics anyway, and I didn't build it, but it hasn't been looked at in 2 months or whatever.
What was it, a stocker?
Just a BIM stocker, yeah. My practice bike, and I'd only rode it once before in Valencia in January.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to ride it without somebody being there, somebody who knows what they're doing, who can like just bolt check it and be like, everything is okay to ride. Yeah. Like, nothing's going to fall off. Like, you're good. So I needed that. So Harry flew out, met me anyway, picked him up from Barcelona, drove down to Valencia, got a hotel that night, came out the hotel in the morning, and he's like stood like down near the road where my van was parked. And I'm like walking down to him, I'm not sure I call it walking, I'm like sort of stumbling, hobbling, like trying to limp even. Limping's been generous. Just some more, like sometimes it's really bad and sometimes it's better than others. This morning was bad. And he just looked at me and went, "You're not riding a bike today." I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And he was like, "Look at you. Like, you can't ride a bike like that. You can't walk." I'm like, "Yeah, but I'll be all right once I get on the bike. I'm not trying to walk."
Down, aren't you?
Fucking dumb, innit?
And,
oh, did you?
Yeah, because that's rung me out. He asked me to come out and have a look at it, but I couldn't get off work.
right.
He wouldn't have said that. He'd have been right, get in the fucking van.
And sure enough, anyway, I get down there and he's like, "You tried to put your levers on?" I'm like, "Oh, no. I hadn't thought about that." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that's going to be quite hard." At this point, I'm like, putting my socks on is not easy. Like it sounds funny, but like genuinely, like some things are just like I struggle to do, and some things are all right. And anyway, get my levers on, and he's like, "You sat on the bike, didn't you, at home?" I'm like, "No, I didn't actually." I was like, I tried to sit on my push bike and I couldn't get my leg over it. And he's like, "What the fuck, man? Like, you've not even tried to sit on it. You might not be able to get on it." I'm like, "Yeah, but you can like lift me on it or something. It'll be all right." I don't know, but anyway, I got my levers on and he was like, "Right, okay, let's go. Like, see if you can try and get on it." And I'm like, probably took me I'm gonna exaggerate, 5 minutes maybe to like get on it. I'm like just figuring out how to. I just can't lift my leg up that high. Like can't get on it while. I can't lift my bad leg up that high, so definitely not. So I can't get on from the right hand side. I can't on the left. I'm like standing on the bad leg and then like twisting it as I'm like trying to get the other one on. I'm like, it's not ideal. Anyway, managed to like lay on the tank a little bit and get myself like shuffled on before he took the stands out. And I'm like, right, okay, now I can put my feet out and like take the stands out and I'll go. So then set off down pit lane. I'm genuinely preparing myself for like turn 1. I'm going to try and like weight the peg and I'm not going to be able to turn the bike. And I went around turn 1, did the first lap really slowly and was like, all right, it's not so bad. And then second lap, bit faster. And I'm like, I actually don't feel so bad, to be honest. I'm like, it was like blowing my mind a little bit because I'm like, how have I just took 5 minutes to get on a bike and now I can ride it round fine? Like, it doesn't make sense. And like moving on the seat felt all right. And the biggest problem was like moving my left foot on the foot peg, like moving it back and forward. Like I could push down on the peg, but I couldn't lift my leg up. So I was like trying to shuffle it a little bit. My pegs are really grippy, and I like really grippy pegs, so my feet don't move. But in this instance, not ideal because I'm like trying to shuffle it, and I'm like, damn it won't shuffle, and dragging my like toe on the floor as I'm going around the corner. Anyway, I did that session, come in, I'm like buzzing. I'm like, I'm good. I'm sound. Like honestly, got out the next session, I'd be better. Went faster again. Forgot to put new tires in. Tires were like smoked. And then like the last session, I'm like drifting it, backing it in. I'm like, I actually feel good. And came in, he's like, you're only like 1.8 off what you did in January. I'm like, oh, we put a new set of tires in, we'd be golden.
Such a racer. Such a racer.
The worst thing was getting off the bike. That was harder than getting on it because obviously then you'd like sort of stiffened up. Like I didn't have a lot of pain while I was riding, obviously a bit. But then like getting off the bike was, I don't know if it was just the movement, twisting on my leg or something, but I really struggled like getting off it and it hurt. But get off it, stumbled back into the garage, sat for a bit, went out again and just felt good. Anyway, sent all my, because I thought, already at this point, I was like, I know the TT and the Northwest don't want me to ride already because they've already sent emails and stuff and said, like, we know what injuries you have. Like, you can't recover in this amount of time. So, like, we're basically making note that you're probably not going to be fit to ride. And I'm like, no, I'll be good to ride. I'll send you all my info, my scans, all the info from Italy, from those guys, and they were like happy with my progress. They definitely weren't saying I was good to ride, but they were saying your progress is good. You're better than you were. And basically thought, right, I'm good. I'll go to the Northwest. Like there's no hard compressions. There's nothing that actually even makes it harder than riding around Valencia. It's actually easier because you've got long straights where you don't move. You just sit there. So I was like, Northwest is easier than Valencia. Would be good. Even if I'm a couple of seconds a lap off at Northwest, I'm still like probably on the podium, probably fourth, fifth. Like we're not far away.
Yeah.
As I say, got there, went into the medical. I'm all like happy, positive, can't wait to get going. And nobody's told me otherwise, nothing otherwise. And spoke to Mervyn, the race organizer. Come down, do your medical, all good. Come down, walk into the room. He's like, oh, we need to go up to the medical room up there. I go up to the medical room. Go in. He's like, to two other paramedics or other medics, doctors that were in there. He was like, oh, can you wait outside? If anybody comes, like, tell them to go away. And he was like, sit on the bench. He was like, can you move your leg? I'm like, yeah, mint. Like, I've got full range of movement. I can fully bend it, fully straighten it. He was like, oh, all right, wow, that's pretty good. I'm like, you can like lift it, lay it on a bed. You can lift it up, put it down. Yeah, no bother. Lifted it up, put it down. He was like, right. Anyway, unfortunately, I don't think you're.
No way.
Like, I'm not happy with your riding. I'm like, okay, but like, you're gonna ask me to like do a squat or like stand on one leg or jump up and down. It's like, no, Like, I'm just not happy in the state that your leg's in. I'm not happy with your ride. And I was like, all right, but like, you saw the X-rays from the guys that I already, because they were already sending them to the TT organised, because they were asking for weeks and weeks, can you send us all the info? I was like, can you just send it to the Northwest guys as well? So they just sent it. And I said to Mervyn, can you pass this on to the chief medical officer so you can see how I'm getting on and everything? And I said, oh, you saw the X-rays and MRIs and everything, all the updates from them. And he was like, I couldn't open the email. The file type wouldn't work. I'm like, hold on, what? Like, you haven't looked at my scans, you haven't given me a test, you're just saying I can't ride. I'm like, but that surely not right, you have to give me a test. And he was like, no, I'm not arguing with you, that's it. I'm like, so then I ran about, like, trying to get everybody to overturn it. Apparently nobody can overturn the chief medical officer, and that was it. So, like, I didn't end up riding. So then this is me, like, that's when the panic sort of set in, that already I knew the TT guys were doing way more research and way more work into it, because they'd been asking for certain documents, certain scans, certain updates of what I could and couldn't do.
And realistically, it doesn't benefit them to not have you there.
Yeah,
if they can have you there, they want you there.
100%. So they were like asking for all that. But then I was like, oh, but this isn't going to look good for the TT organised, because if they're going to surely ask, oh, like, why did they turn him down? And if we let him go and then he's not all right, like, so then I started like panicking a little bit and spoke to a couple of the TT guys while I was there, and they're like, we will not be leaving it till like the morning of first practice or the day before. Like, we'll go through everything in advance and we'll come back to you with where we think you're at. And sure enough, they come back a few days ago and asked for a call, and went on a call, and genuinely I can't as much of that, like, I did argue, and I was like, is there not something else, another way we can do this? They went through every detail and every reason and said, like, basically your leg's still in 4 pieces, like, you're not fit to ride. Like, what's to say you're not going to get to the bottom of Bray Hill and the rod's just going to bend because your bone isn't doing anything in your femur right now. It's still in pieces, so like it's fully not knitted together. It's got some light,
like fusion,
soft callus there, but like that isn't doing anything.
No.
It's just a sign of it starting to heal. So, like, yeah, I couldn't argue with them. I tried every which way that I could, but they're like realistic. You couldn't argue with them because they give me all the info. And
done the homework.
You're like, well, yeah, I don't want my leg to be messed up for the future. Like, I don't want to be years down the line still going, oh, I'm really still struggling with my femur because I rode and the rod bent and this happened and that happened. Like, I don't want that. I do want a long career.
There's more on the line for them as well. Like, ultimately, if you were to go and something was to happen, everyone's going to look at them and say, he shouldn't have ridden in the first place. Yeah. So as a motorbike's a show business, right? People forget that. So as a moving circus and the TT, the phenomenon that it is, they don't want it to be something that they could have reduced the risk. So
yeah, of course.
I agree with...
And especially with the insurance these days, for all the events, it's not easy for any road race on the insurance front. So I don't want to be a reason that the sport gets affected at the end of the day. And I know I could have been within myself, but I don't want to make a mess for my own future. Yeah. And do I think I could be competitive? I think probably not. Like, I feel like I could be. I feel like it could be top 5. Do I feel like I could be on the podium? It's hard to say. Win? Probably not. It's going to have to be 3 other guys that don't finish.
I don't think you'd have said that 10 days ago when we spoke. So I reckon you're definitely in a different headspace.
I have to be, don't I? I don't have any choice.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's just...
What's the plan for the next
I think I was just kidding myself. Not kidding myself, but like I had
trying to convince yourself.
Like I said, I have that positive mindset of like a lot of your life. I don't want to get too like hippie and spiritual, but like you speak your future into reality at the end of the day. Like what you believe, I think most of the time will happen. Not all the time. If you believe your femur's going to heal in 9 weeks when it takes 12 months, like that, it doesn't quite work that well. But like in general, it has to work that way. So I'm always very optimistic, very on the positive side. Like, I believe I can do that. Like, there's no point saying, "Oh, I don't think I can do that." Well, you're already beat, aren't you?
100%.
So, yeah, I was trying to be positive. After their input, I am slightly more realistic, and I see their side of things, and it makes sense. So, I don't disagree with their verdict. You know, I'm not sat here going, "No, they made the wrong choice." Like, I do see that my legs not in fantastic shape. I'll give you a picture. Those pictures as well.
I've seen the picture. You haven't seen it.
I see him now.
It's
Gnarly.
pretty horrific, yeah.
Even the one from a couple of weeks ago, like, shocked me. I think that was a bigger one. I knew it was
Show
a
him
mess.
now. Well, let's get it on. Let's get
I knew
it
it
on
was a
film,
mess
his
when,
reaction. Have you seen it? Fucking gnarly.
I knew it was a mess when I did it, but when I went for like a... When I went for an
This is your femur. Is it?
yeah, an X-ray a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, oh yeah, but like I've been working so hard for the last 8 weeks, 7 weeks. I think it was about 7 weeks. I was like, it'll look good, and that was it. So that's like 2 weeks ago. And the woman who did the X-ray, I was in Italy still. And
Well, I'm expecting you to like turn it upside down, try and work out what it is.
Yeah. Looks like that lamb chop I had last night.
she was like, do you want to see the X-ray? I'm like, yeah. And I looked at it and I was like, my heart sort of sank a little bit because I was like, I think it looks worse. I think it looks worse than it did when I first did it. And the guy showed me the reasons of why it doesn't, and there's a soft callus, but in a sense of the bone itself, all the fragments are still where they were 7 weeks ago. Like, they haven't had time to knit together and everything yet. That takes time. Yeah. And I'm like, but I thought it would look better. This is to the doctor in Italy. I thought it'd look better than that. He was like, it takes 6 months to even look better. Like, come on, like, be realistic. I'm like, yeah, but I've been doing all this work. Like, surely it works faster. I don't know. Apparently not that fast. But yeah, I see what they mean. I see what they mean. It's just a tough one to swallow because it's my life. TT is my life now. It's everything. It's my be all and end all at the end of the day. Like, yeah, I race BSB, I race Northwest, everything else, but TT's the one. And when you do the TT, nothing else matters really. As long as you do good at the TT, nothing else matters. And when you don't do the TT, it's
Sucks.
quite difficult. You get that taken away from you, it's hard.
Yeah.
And that's why I think at the beginning of my recovery, I wasn't mentally in such a bad place because I was like, it's all right, I'm going to be back for the TT. Just in my head, I'm going to be back for the TT. It's all good. Yeah. I'm going to do all this work, go through all this pain, all this suffering. It's all right because I'm going to be back for the TT. And it's all going to be worthwhile when I'm like, envision, like, stood on the podium, like, how amazing a comeback it would be. And just thinking about that every day get me through. And then when you get told you can't race, all that comes crashing down, and you're just like, it's all for nothing. I like all that suffering. I'm still suffering. I'm still in pain. Like, and now I ain't got the TT, and all of a sudden you have no like, no goal. That goal that's pulling you through every day. Yeah. You're like, well, that's gone. Now, like, now what? And people go, oh, there's always next year. It's a long time away.
Yeah.
Like 12 months is a lot of suffering to think about next year. I don't think I'll be suffering for that long. Hopefully not. But like,
but mentally, you could be suffering for that long. You can have good days and bad days. But I don't want to. Fucking. I think
it's a big step.
Yeah.
After the TT, like in my head, I'm like, once the TT's done, like I'm dreading almost going. I need to go. I need to be there. I can't not be there. I want to be there for the sponsors and the team and to support Pete and everyone. Still be there. But
dude, you're going to be cashing it on the commentary now. They're paying big bucks.
Oh, I don't know. Don't think so. But just getting that that hurdle out the way of the TT that I'm not a part of.
Yeah.
And because that's the thing that keeps me awake at night and makes me go through waves of being angry and sad and upset and everything.
Are you
every
physically
day.
Losing sleep over it? Yeah.
At the moment.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah. I wake up in the night thinking, sounds stupid. Like I wake up in the night and think, what happens if the like weather's unbelievable for like 2 weeks and like Dean breaks a lap record and it just makes me I don't know if it makes me want to cry or smash something up. Bit of both. I'm just like, we've had 2 years of like terrible shite weather at the TT and
I'm not you, but I don't
really
think
good
you.
year. Like
I think it's gonna hit you at some point because this is fucking huge.
yeah,
It's huge.
it's
like someone taking my kids away from me.
I just
It's
got
the
to
only
keep.
thing I
I
could
just got to
compare
keep
to.
myself busy.
Yeah, 100%.
'Cause-
Come work for us, Cock. We'll give you some work. We'll keep you busy.
You drive a truck?
I've heard the wages are tight.
We couldn't afford your wages, lad.
So what's kind of next 6 months look like? Just training, rehab, get yourself 100% ready for...
So for me, the future was the initial future for me was just to be. I would like to be, not necessarily pain free, but like reduce the pain because like the pain is amongst the horrible thoughts. The pain is still keeping me up at night. I'm still not sleeping good because I'm still not trying to take too many painkillers. But now I'm like, you can let yourself have some more painkillers. Like I'm not rushing back now.
Yeah.
I can like. Couple of painkillers here and there isn't gonna like, and I'm talking like paracetamol. I'm not talking about OxyContin. You know, just a bit of like relief. So I want to get healthy. I want my quality of life back because I've got none. Like I can't do anything. After the Northwest, I was in the van, like driving to the ferry from the Northwest, and Abby's in the van. Mitch Reese, my mate, and his Mrs. Mihi. And we're all starving. We need some food before we jump on the ferry. We're like, right, we'll go get some food. No parking near the restaurant. Okay, we'll park up the road. Not really thought, I'll be all right. It's not far. It was like 700 meters or something from the parking to where the restaurant was. And I'm like, I nearly died, like walking there. Like I walked maybe half it and I was like, I've got to stop. Like, my knee felt like it was going to explode. My femur felt like I'd just done it again. I'm like, I'm not in a good way. Like I can't. I don't know if I can make it to the restaurant. Things are just ruining me like that. Like waking up in the night, I need to go to the bathroom, and I'm like dreading standing up because it just hurts so much. When I've been walking around a bit,
Yeah.
it eases up a little bit. But like when I've laid in bed for a few hours, then like try and stand on it, it's like agonizing. And I'm like, I just don't want to, I almost want to piss myself, you know, instead of going to the bathroom. I would like my quality of life, that quality of life that they actually offered me in Italy, which was nice of them, which they knew what the answer was going to be. They were like, we can get your quality of life back, or we can get you back on a bike as soon as possible. I was like, bike as soon as possible. I don't even think they'd finished the sentence. And they were like, it's going to hurt, you're going to be in pain, you won't be able to walk, you won't be able to like live your life very good. And I'm like, doesn't matter, don't care, ride a bike. But now I've missed TT, I'm like, I would like to just be able to like do normal person things a little bit, because everyday life is like a struggle at the moment. So it'd be nice to just have a little bit of that back. Being able to like walk more than 100 meters without a lot of pain and stuff like that, and reduce the general pain down a little bit. And if I can get like doing a bit of that, it would help me. I still want to continue the rehab and the recovery and stuff, but just at a slow, not my 10 hours a day and then all the rest of the night with these contraptions on. I'm like, I just want just a bit of
more life back.
My life back, because it feels like it's been a long 9 weeks, the last 9 weeks, and it's been really difficult physically, mentally, everything. Be nice to. I never want anything else other than racing bikes, but at the moment, Like, I need a bit of that back to get the bike racing back, to get the motivation back and everything as well, and the feeling back to come back anyway. And it's going to be time. They give me a good idea, a good gauge, the TT guys, when I spoke to them, when we were in this debate, and they said, you can't race, and I said, surely I can get an x-ray next week, and the x-ray is going to look better than that one because it'd be 2 weeks later. And they're like, you're not 2 weeks away. You're like, and I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, what we're looking at the moment, and your recovery has been like exceptional. We've never seen a recovery this good in this period of time. You're looking at 18 to 20 weeks, like it, and that's pushing it. But that is your sort of
in a window to ride.
Window that you're looking at to be back riding, and we're at 9 weeks. So I'm like 9 weeks of like realistic work where I can go back to doing I do a lot of gym work anyway, but just toning it down from my mental shit that I've been doing recently. At least it's sustainable then, and I can just get some happiness back in my life, because that feels like it's gone a little bit at the moment. But
I know this will keep you motivated. I know I joke that you're a tax dodger, but let's not skip over the fact you've moved to Andorra now. So when racing season's finished, there's so much cool shit to do out there. So that's going to be nice. Yeah. Just the social life, the snowboarding, the skiing, the cycling, like all the stuff that when you do get to that position, you're in the best place for it.
The social life out there is what I'm looking forward to. And it's not the social life that most people would talk about. The social life in Andorra is like going out cycling, mountain biking, snowboarding, like
exactly,
running, like whatever. It's active, like an active life. And everybody there, they're like so many friends there who are cyclists, mountain bikers, skiers, whatever. Like everybody's like a athlete of some kind. Like it's such that really healthy living way of life. And it'd be nice to experience a bit of that, because I've lived in Andorra now 6 months, and I think I've been there about 14 days. That amount of time. So it'd be nice to see a bit of that, and I've got a bunch of mates there, so it'd be nice to actually catch up with them, because the only time I've properly seen one of my mates there, James, and he's at the Giro right now, racing in the Giro.
James Shaw, is it?
Yeah, James Shaw, and I had to call him one day. It was the day before I was going to Valencia to ride. And I hadn't thought about it. I hadn't thought it through, right? Because I'm like, I can ride, it'll be all right. And then we got the day before of going to Valencia. And it was actually Abby who brought it up. She was like, you need to pack the van. I'm like, yeah. And she was like, hold on. Are you going to be able to, like, get your bike in the back of the van? And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, no, I don't think so. Could have rode it in if I could have got on it, which would have been well sketchy. But I had no sprocket on it, so Harry was bringing over a sprocket from home.
You sat there like shivering right now.
Pete had robbed all my stuff, so I had no sprocket on it, so I couldn't even ride it. I'm like, what can I do? I'm like, I don't know. Ring James up. James, are you at home? He's like, yeah, why? I'm like, any chance you can come down and load my van into my bike into the back of the van? He's like, yeah, why? And I'm like, I'm going to go riding tomorrow. He's like, you're fucking mental, but yeah, all right, I'll come help you. So I seen him for about 10 minutes while he did that, and that was it.
I couldn't even tell you how long we shot for, dude, but we'll look to wrap it up. We could shoot the shit for ages. There's so much stuff we haven't talked about. Now a team owner.
Just talked about all the shit stuff, haven't
I know,
like
it's miserable,
breaking
isn't it?
bones, all the
No,
crap
it's
and
not.
stuff like
Let's
that.
go for a wine.
Yeah, let's go for a Pinot.
Sounds good.
Next, we definitely have to do this again, because it's just like chatting with old mates. So we'll have a few bevies on this, and as you're caked in Monster, he sorts out a Monster fridge near as well, Shag. Get on that. We'll get some nice branding in the corner for him.
Need a bit of that, don't we?
Yeah, we do need a bit of that. But I'm just going to ask you one question. Paddy can shoot away if he's got anything. Who's going to win the TT? Now that the obvious winner's not going to be there. And you can't say Pete just because he's your joint boss. He's your joint owner.
I have to say Pete.
He's my... You work for him as well, so you have to say 50%.
That. Honestly...
He's the boy, isn't he?
It's not really what I want to think about right now. It's upsetting me.
Get the man a wine.
Say you.
I don't want anyone to win.
No, I get that. I get that. Definitely don't want any records.
Honestly,
Is Mickey going to ride the V4?
No.
Any news on that? He's
No,
not
I
riding
don't think
it.
so.
That
Don't
could be
think
a
so.
break in that, could.
He's,
Michael Dunlop is not riding
No,
the
because
V4.
he already rode a Honda, didn't he, at the Northwest. I'm pretty sure he's going to ride that Honda at the TT as well.
Okay.
Honda, Superbike, BM, Stocker, wild combination, but Michael Dunlop makes wild choices.
V2 Super Sport, probably.
Yeah.
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 4 manufacturers' bike. Sorry, pattern as well, and the Super Twin. So, like, 4 manufacturer bike in 4 classes. It's Michael Dunlop. Only him. Only he could do it.
Only he could do it, yeah.
But for me, and I've told Pete this, to be fair, Dean for me is going to be hard to beat. Dean's he's in a really good place right now. He's basically done what I've been doing the last couple of years. In terms of his bike setup, and he's not riding a full-blown superbike. He's going to ride 2 stockers, and one has a superbike engine, and I think he's going to run brakes and maybe a couple other bits, but not a full superbike.
Which is basically what you've ridden when you've gone fastest, and that's what Pete did the record on as well.
Yeah, Pete's got a record on the stocker, but he still rides a full-blown superbike. I keep telling him not to, but he won't listen to me. He still is insistent that he can go faster on a full-blown superbike. If you get it right. Is it possible to get a full-blown superbike right around a course that has every form of condition, like
possible tarmac surface,
different
like
surface,
camber,
different kind of corner, bumpy, smooth?
Yeah.
Like, you can't set it up for everything, so you're never going to get it perfect. And a stocker works in a bigger window, so it suits better. Anyway, that's what I've always run. I love riding a stocker and just run a stocker with an engine in for my superbike. And Dean has actually done the same thing this year, because he was the same at the TT last year, really loved his stocker, struggled on the superbike. And I think by the end he's like, what am I doing? Why am I even bothering riding a superbike? And few people have done it. Hutchie was always famous for doing that in the past, riding a stocker in the superbike class. And I think Dean's going to do that. And I think he'll be strong. Honestly, everything's been going right for him. He's just doing everything right. He's competitive everywhere he goes. He's riding fast at British Championship in Super Sport. I don't think he's going to win Super Sport, like, hand on heart. I think he's bringing a knife to a gunfight with that CBR 600 in Super Sport. Like, I rode one in this class in last year, the Padgett's one, and I rode that thing, I think, harder than I've ever rode any bike around the TT, and finished 3rd, and was like, I don't think I've got nothing left. I ain't got any more in that. And Dean was also on a CBR, like, slightly different spec, but CBR. And I was like, that's the most respect I've not that I don't have respect for Dean, but the most respect I've ever had for Dean. And I was like, fair play, because I ain't riding that thing any harder, and he beat me by 5, 6, 7 seconds or something. I'm like, I don't think I'd lost 7 seconds anywhere. So, like, he's riding that thing so well, and honestly, like, the best super sport rider, I think, on the grid at the moment, for sure. He's riding British Championship as well,
riding really consistently,
competing with Michael on the V2 is not going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, Michael's always been a great super sport rider,
but now he's got the V2s.
But he ain't losing on that bike. On that V2 is an absolute rocket ship.
Yeah.
Like, no matter how well Dean rides, I don't think he's got it. But big bikes are the ones we all really want. Yeah. It's the ones I put all my effort into, them superbike races, and I think Dean's going to be a man to watch in them.
Should we do this again after the TT, and we'll get Pedro in, we'll get Pete in?
I don't want to sit next to him.
Okay.
We'll swap.
You can sit there and I'll sit here.
Yeah,
you have to. Because I think he's like you. He's very well known for being Mr. Positive and Mr. Smiley, but I bet he's got some proper good stuff to actually get out there and talk about.
Yeah, it's not. When I'm not betting against him, but when I'm sort of discounting him at the TT here, it's not all on his own accord. He's not. The guy's not 100%. He doesn't like to say it himself. I don't want to out his business, but from that crash at the TT last year, he's still not right from that. Like, his injuries were bad from that, nerve damage and everything in his shoulder, and that's still not working 100%. And
which is my point exactly.
He's trying to be positive.
Yeah.
And, no, it's good. I'm like, right, all right, and everything about it, but I think he's not himself yet. He's not back to himself, so
Yeah.
hopefully he's making steps. But whether he's right for the TT is another thing, which is a shame because we've won the team together. Now we're going in our second year, and most of the time there's only been one of us healthy. So
Yeah. Hopefully next year will be different. If you need any pit bitches, me and him will be free, won't we? So
Get yourself
we'll,
over.
we'll come over and get, and we won't want paying half as much as him. I've seen. We pay you salary every week. I know
Just
what
get
he's
yourself
on.
over this year and drink a few glasses of wine.
I'm in massive
No,
family. I'm in
I'm
family
in.
day at the minute. I need to pay back.
Monster cocktails. They're the one.
Okay,
All right,
fuck
Monster
it.
cocktails.
Where are we going?
What's in that?
Oh, trust me,
My ears went at when.
Mango Loco. It's good stuff.
Sounds good gear.
Cool.
Sweet. We'll wrap it up, boys. I genuinely appreciate it, mate.
Sorry,
Thanks,
it's been
mate.
so depressing.
No, it hasn't.
I feel like it's the
But what did we speak
most
about
depressing
before this?
podcast I've ever had.
What we did say before this, we don't want Scruff Bags to be the same old, how's your new team? How's the bike feel? Getting on with your crew chief. That stuff's great. But I'm not saying we want to be disruptive, but we want to be really raw. It's not all going to be motorbikes either. We're going to find some right fucking degenerates to get on here. But we do want it to be raw.
more degenerates.
Yeah, we want some of those Florida birds with their sunglasses and fuck all else on. But equally, like for the first one, and there's a lot of people, you haven't really given the full story. And there's a lot of people who will quite appreciate this going into the TT. And also it's nice for the TT organisers to be heard and not just feel like it's, we're following suit with the Northwest. So it has been a bit dark. Equally, you're a good mate. So it's good to get it out. You might not feel like that now, but hopefully you feel a bit better. Maybe not with Mike stuffed in your face, but it might feel better getting it out. So appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, mate.
Nice one,
Appreciate it.
dude.
Thanks for having me on.
No worries.
What are you doing in your pocket? Is that in his fucking pocket?
He's got a chub on in there.